Okay, everybody. Good morning. Hi, Jan.
Hi. Good morning, Ivan, and everybody.
What are we going to do today?
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do today, Ivan, seeing as like you asked. Right. Okay. I am going to do an acrylic today.
Oh, because what in the world is that box?
Isn't that disgusting? wait till you see inside it.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah. You say acrylic?
It's acrylic, yeah.
All right.
It's acrylic. Here we are.
What?
Yeah.
How?
No,
acrylic dries.
Yeah, not the way I do it. This is a dollar store container.
All right.
And this is obviously, like, sometimes I use this for a palette, but sometimes I don't. I use something else. Anyhow, this is how I do it. I take a cloth and I wet it and I put it in the bottom and I put peroxide on it.
Peroxide?
Peroxide or a little Javex.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, why I do that is so it won't, it won't smell, for one thing, because it does. It'll get. And this thing has been here for years. Yeah, I know, it's pretty awful. But it works, and wait to see what I do with it.
All right.
So I've got, this is an ice cube tray, also from the dollar store. I know, you get two for $1. And then I put my acrylics in them as I want them. And as I need them, I just pour more in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
And it works really quite well. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm using watercolor paper instead of a canvas.
All right.
And why, like, I know that you've asked me about this before, like, why would I do a watercolor style, if you like, on a piece of watercolor paper? There are advantages to it. One, it's the colors are vibrant.
Yeah.
They really are. They do well that way. The other thing is, if you want a glaze on top of it doesn't lift. There's definitely some advantages to it. And the other is that the paint is always quite wet.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of depth. And fourth, if you like, is if you make a mistake, you can fix it.
Yes,
you know, I mean, really, with watercolor, you're kind of stuck with what you've got, but not this. Now, I have some colors, and I try to match them to watercolor. One of them is, like, I use Gamboge, New Gamboge, and watercolor. And this, I use Indian yellow.
I can't believe that's not dry.
I know. Well, it gets a bit funny. Oh yeah, so this is, now this is how I'm going to do this. I'm going to wet my paper very thoroughly.
Well, what are we going to do? What's the scene?
Oh, the scene is going to be, it's a fall scene.
Another fall scene.
Yeah, it's called The Golden Path.
The Golden Path.
I know, The Golden Path, yes.
All right.
So I'm going to do this.
Oh, you're going to...
it's, okay, this is interesting.
All right, what's this?
All right, this is an old piece of watercolor. I was afraid of that. See this? Even the sizing is gone.
Oh.
So I'm going to get another piece.
All right.
Yeah, okay, won't be a minute.
All right, here we go again.
Okay, we're good.
And we're good?
Yeah, we're good.
Well, actually, go on. You're doing the Golden Path.
Yes, I'm doing the Golden Path.
What are you doing now? Well, you're just squirting
what I'm doing is wetting both sides. I'm soaking it.
Yeah, I see that.
You see? So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to turn it over. And then I'm going to do it on the other side.
All right.
Like that. I want this soaking wet. In case you hadn't noticed, this is what's going on here. Yeah, we do that. Okay, now I'm going to go back again.
Look at that dirt.
Oh, dear.
Well, you want gold, you got it.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. Okay, so I've done that. Now what I'm going to do...
Smooth it out.
Smooth it out.
Actually, my first watercolor was acrylic.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I didn't have any watercolor. And so I just said, I'm going to take my acrylics and water them down.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
And
Yes, it does. Well, a lot of people, I'm sure, have done that.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know any better, so I did it.
Oh, very good.
All right, now what are you going to do?
I'm going to take some Indian yellow. See that?
Look at that. Wow.
That's Indian yellow, and look what I've done with this.
Oh, my.
I'm hoping this is going to work. All right, so...
Woo!
I know, isn't that beautiful color? So this is Indian yellow.
That's like your new Gamboge.
Well, that's why it's so much like it.
Yeah.
And I want it, and there's not another yellow that's quite like it. And as you can see, it's just as dirty.
I see.
There. But you know what? You play the hand you dealt.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? All right. So here we go.
It looks like you're leaving it whiter in the middle.
I'm doing a little bit. I'm leaving a little bit of light in the middle.
All right.
Right in the center.
What about that hair there? You get rid of that?
What hair?
Right there by your left hand.
This one?
That one, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's still got there. It's still there.
Oh well.
All right. That's what I'm asking.
All right then. Now I'm just going to take a cloth here.
What?
Yes.
All right, okay.
And then I'm going to do just.
Oh, well, I suppose,
just
well,
like
this fall scene has got to be trees.
Yeah, there is. But what's going to be really neat about this one, they're going to be mostly these colors. These are the analogous colors. Do you know what I mean?
Who?
Analogous colors are?
No, that's another word I don't know.
I don't know the word.
Analogous.
Analogous means it the same as, like analogy.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
it just means,
Right.
okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with this stuff, this Indian yellow.
Okay.
You know,
You got
like
me
this.
fooled.
And then I'm going to start to do stuff like
the
this.
leaves.
Yeah,
must be maples.
Well, whatever.
Or, I don't know.
So we're going to do
Ash? Birch?
this.
No,
Birch, probably.
birch, yeah,
I
'cause
think.
yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty gold, aren't they? So I'm going to put that in there like so. I'm just going to go over here. Right down. Yeah, okay.
And actually, that watercolor that I did, which was actually an acrylic, but I reduced it down like watercolor.
Uh-huh.
And on Hall of Fame, Iris Quinn owned it. We talked about her before. She wanted a few of my paintings, and she sold it. She sold my very first watercolor.
Wow,
It was a half sheet.
Ivan, that's lovely.
And then I went in months later, and she said, I hope you don't mind, but the people that bought your first watercolor saw one they liked better.
And it wasn't yours?
Oh, yeah, it was mine.
Oh, okay, that's all right then.
I
As long as
improved.
it was yours, Ivan.
I improved.
Oh, of course you did. Now, what I'm doing now is yellow ochre.
Okay.
So I'm going to do a little bit of that with this.
You don't use that in watercolor.
I don't use yellow. No, I use. Thank you for noticing. I use more opaque colors for watercolor.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm going to do this. I'm just adding this here, and I just want to watch people to see what I do here with edges.
Yeah.
I'm such an old fusspot about edges.
I know. Are you an old fusspot?
I'm an old
I thought
fusspot.
you were young.
Gosh, that's an old word, isn't it? So I'm going to put that in there like
Okay.
so.
Anyway, they bought it,
Yeah,
and they switched. They brought the first one back. She said, I hope you don't mind. I said, no. Well, she said, I'll buy it if, you know. No, I want it back. And I still have it. I kept it.
You still have it. Oh, I'd like to see it.
Yeah, it was my very first one.
Oh, I'd love to see it. What was it of?
It's down, it's looking from, you know, down past our house.
Yeah.
Down on the shore, looking up towards our house. But you can't see our house because all the trees are in the way.
What I'm doing now is
Yeah.
I'm adding a little bit
Now,
of
which one is
ultramarine
that?
blue.
Ultramarine.
That's a little bit of ultramarine blue. So I'm just
Okay.
going to add a little bit of
Oh,
green
yeah,
in there.
Yeah.
You know. And I'm going to just skip brushes here.
Okay.
I want a more rounded brush because I want to get this
Well,
a
look
little
at
more
that.
rounded.
I'll be jiggered.
Yeah, I'd be jiggered. Gosh, that's a maritimer.
So
Yeah, tell me about your...
So it was a foggy day because I was just starting to paint, you know, and I didn't want to do a lot of details, but the fog was awesome. And so it was all fog. And the Moses Island in the distance.
Oh, beautiful.
And the trees in the foreground and the reflections in the water. And you know Moses Island Bridge?
Yes.
Well, it's looking from down towards, from More Ashes down up towards the bridge. So I kept it. No, I won't sell it. Well, I mean, somebody offered me, you know.
Yeah, that's...
Like the...
You know, I know exactly. Like,
You know.
I get it. I'm in the business, you know. I've been painter long enough that I get it. Yes.
So this is looking like tree leaves.
Well, it is. They are. This is going to be the, as they say, the golden path here.
All right.
So really, it's a lot of this kind of stuff. Maybe I should use a
just
bit bigger brush, so that.
You
But
go
I
for
can't
it?
find my other good one.
Why?
Well, I was doing a workshop last week.
Did you leave it somewhere?
I'm afraid I might have.
Ooh.
Oh, I know. Oh,
So you're just dabbing around.
I'm dabbing. That's right. But I'm thinking leaves.
All right.
I do. I'm thinking foliage. And I want to see the idea of keeping this paper wet like this. I can work it for quite a long time
Yeah.
without it doing anything peculiar.
Does this bleed? Not much.
No, it does. If you want it to, you have to really thin
Spray
it
it.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
But for
yeah.
those who are in acrylics and want to do watercolor, I'm really glad I have a watercolor background to do this.
Yeah.
Yesterday, you didn't get down to Peggy's Cove
No,
yesterday?
no, but the waves were nice.
It was I have never seen it more beautiful.
Yeah.
I have never seen it more beautiful. I couldn't believe it, how lovely it was there.
Nice swell.
Oh yeah, it
And
was.
the Halibut Rock, the waves were breaking.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
It absolutely
I look
incredible.
at the webcam.
Oh, of course you do.
Nova Scotia webcam.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm so glad that I hope other people did as well.
Do you know that you can go back in time on that?
Oh, can you?
Yes.
You can time travel, Ivan?
Oh, yes.
You can time travel. Like what's that movie with Michael J. Fox? That one back in time. They went back in time on this time machine.
I don't remember.
You don't remember that one?
But you go down and look in front of the cam and wave and look at the time, the day and the time.
Yeah.
And then you can go back and see yourself when you go home. And when I'm down there and I see people, you know, I'm rather bold.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And I'll walk out there and say, "See that up there? See that cam up there? Yes, you're on World Wide Web right now. You wave to all your friends." I said, "What time is it?" They look, because I don't wear a watch, and they look at their watch. I said, "Now you go home and you can go back in that cam and see yourself." And same with one at Beals Bailiwick. You can do the same. Any webcam of those Nova Scotia webcams, you can do that. Well, this is looking good.
It is looking good, isn't it?
This is
really good. Now, this is what I do, Ivan, in case you want to know. I'm assuming you do.
My wife said, "I think she said you think you know everything."
I think it's quite fun to know everything. I told you that.
Yeah.
I have friends that
This is
really do.
brown.
This is that is yellow ochre.
Yeah,
But I don't want it quite that dark yet, so I'm going to actually add. This is another color.
Well, that looks like
It's
cream.
That's Naples yellow.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just going to put a little bit. So I just wanted to get as kind of a grayish,
Yeah.
just just the right little color here. A little bit blue there. I think that'll probably do it. Warm it up, maybe a little yellow ochre. I don't want it. I want it toned more than anything else. So I'm just going to do this now, very, very lightly, like a feather. This is kind of like a feather stroke here.
Okay, you're taking all the paint off it.
No.
Oh, you're putting in the trees.
Yeah, and it's just gently putting it. This is,
yeah.
and you're putting those in there,
Okay.
and then you go like this.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
kind of neat, isn't it?
Yeah. It sure is.
Let's do this one up here. But I didn't want, if it was too dark,
Yeah.
it doesn't
No,
work
no,
for me.
no.
I'm leaving a little space because that'll be some foliage going in there. We're going to do some more stuff here, like that. We're going. Let's put some on the other side.
Yeah,
now.
definitely.
All right.
You can't have all those leaves just
No, you cannot.
floating from nowhere.
No, you can't. It's just not right, not fair, not fitting,
Not natural
not
either.
natural. No.
Oh, you're leaning that one in. They're leaning to the center, huh?
Well, that's compositional.
Yeah, I know.
You know, you know, not old pros like us. You know, I've been painting around forever. We know what to do about composition.
I'm just acting stupid.
I know. No, you're not.
It's easy to do.
No, it is not. Don't you talk about my friend Ivan like that.
Did I tell you about my education?
Well,
I
tell
don't know
me
if we
again.
talked about it. Well, I didn't do well in school. I failed grade 4. I failed grade 9. I was failing grade 10. I quit. I was left-handed, a bit dyslexic. Born January the 13th, and my father said I was a fly brain because I never stuck to anything. Then I tell this when I'm in the museum.
I'm going to just do this a
All
little
right.
bit lighter. Just want to
All
say
right.
this to folks so they can see that this is just a little bit lighter in this light part.
Okay. Oh, yes,
See?
yes.
Like it's just, I
Yeah.
want that even lighter a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? I just want to suggest that there's some magic going on back there.
What's that?
Oh, that's my computer.
Oh.
There's probably the fairies at the bottom of my garden.
Freezing.
Right.
Oh, I like that.
Isn't that
Yeah,
nice?
yeah.
This is very simple for people to do. For those who
Yes.
want to do this one, I would recommend this one for anyone.
You're going to do some complicated ones soon, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I am.
This is all for beginners?
Well, a lot of
Mostly,
it is.
yeah.
Some is borderline.
I know, you can always use, you never have enough, too much experience.
No, you can't. So I'm just going to go. Here's my
I can't
yellow
believe
again.
that paint doesn't dry.
You've learned something again.
I
You're
did.
learning things from me, aren't you, Ivan?
yes,
I know you are.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. Now, see what I'm doing
Yeah,
here?
that's the...
Wait till you see what else I'm going to do. I bet you can't wait.
I have to.
That one is, I doubled that. It looks like the same thing, so I'm not going to. But look, this does not have an edge on it. But it doesn't have an edge on it.
Yeah.
But it's still going to work.
Oh, yeah. That's the...
I don't want it very, very, very hard.
What about your fingernail?
Well, I could try that too. Yeah, that's better.
Oh, yeah.
That's a little
that's
better.
good. I like that. I still don't see your palette knife.
No, I do have that.
I know, you never use it.
I have done.
Humor me sometime.
All right, I will. I promise you I will.
Oh, I like that.
Okay, that's coming along nicely. Okay, now what's going to happen next is I'm going to do a little bit of the foreground with a little bit of dark stuff.
All right.
But have you noticed how they're mostly the same colors?
Yeah.
So I'm going to pick these colors up like this, and then I'm going to do stuff like this.
Oh, yeah. That must be the...
But you know, what I want you to see, it's like painting on velvet. It's lovely.
Yeah.
It's because this is right now,
The
it's
right
the
dampness.
dampness that needs to be.
This must be the growies, the moss and all that
It
stuff.
is. It's the lichen.
Okay,
Lichen.
I can't say that word.
I'm not sure I can either.
All right,
But
that's
it's
the
early.
lichen.
It's
Lichen.
early in the morning, you know.
It's like lichen.
Yeah. I'm just going to change that to a
All
bit of a
right.
diagonal.
All right.
I want it peaceful because that's always a...
Yeah, that stuff is... I love walking in the woods.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
I do. I was in Ontario one time when I had a motorhome.
One time, huh?
One time. Well, I was in Ontario before that. I didn't even live there. But it was like this, and it was all golden.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely breathtaking. I did do a painting of it.
Do you know where that reminds me of?
What does that?
Niagara on the Lake.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. You ever been there?
I have, but years ago.
I was in Ontario for 9 years, and the last 6 months was
were
St.
you?
Catharines. I used to get so home from Nova Scotia.
Oh, yeah.
Homesick? Did I say home? Homesick.
Oh, I'm sick, yeah.
And so I drive. I drive up around Niagara on the Lake, and that was the closest thing I could get to home. Oh yeah, those are a little darker.
It is.
Does this dry lighter?
No.
Yeah.
Acrylics dry darker.
So you got to remember that, folks.
Yeah, you have to do that. But it's all warm,
Yeah.
warm colors here. I'm just doing some line and form, if you
Yeah.
like. Then I'm going to go in. You're going to see.
Because you
what
got to
I-
walk somewhere. You can't walk in midair.
Sure, you can, Evan.
if you're
No.
if you're in outer space,
Yeah.
then the way are there either.
Now this is. I love this Naples. Here.
Oh yeah.
I want to keep it light. You see, I
Yeah.
want it. I want that, and I called it the Golden Path for a reason, because I have walked
Yes.
where it
I
is
know.
absolutely
Yeah.
golden, and you just walk into it, and it's absolutely
Do you
lovely.
like that smell?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, some people hate it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that smell.
When
of
it's
the fall.
wet and your rubber boots are on, it just slurps when you go through the...
Oh, I just slurp. I love the slurp part. Guys, you like the slurp part?
Oh,
Oh, you're
yes!
such a romantic. I love it as well. Okay, now what I'm going to do next, my lovely friend, is I'm going to go in here using some negative shapes and some darks. And this is, in here is burnt sienna, but it's also in there as well, it's because I didn't have another space for it, is quinacridone burnt orange. I know. A little bit of ultramarine blue, and this is going to be really, really neat. Now, it's going to start off to be quite dark. But then I'm going to lighten it up.
All right.
Here, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, drum roll, please.
I'm not a very good drummer. I should bring my conch so I can blow it. It's like a fog.
Do you have one of those?
Yes, because, see, I have the old original foghorn out of Peggy's Cove Lighthouse.
You do?
Yes, it's in the museum.
Oh,
It's Murray Garrison's, actually. And it used to work, and it doesn't work anymore. We're going to see if we can get it fixed after the season's over.
oh, I would think so.
It was so loud it hurt the ears. Anyway, Murray lets me have... So this you're putting in the trees.
Yeah, now I want you to see.
Yeah.
Now, what I have to do is this has to be integrated with this edge and then the edge above it.
All right.
So you're going to see me do that. So
That's the negative shapes.
yeah, these are the negative shapes in here, but it also has to make sense. I put my first stroke down where the least light is. As I'm coming out to this light in the center here, there's less pigment on my brush,
Yeah.
so I can work a little bit differently here. Now I'm going to take my brush, clean it off, take off the excess water, same as watercolor.
Yeah.
Actually, this is the ultimate way to paint, you know. It is, I love it. Now what I'm going to do here, I don't know if you can see this, I hope you can, but I'm going to go in and I'm going to charge this.
Yeah, we can see.
Can you
Your
see?
hand's not in the way because we can see past the brush.
Okay. So I'm pulling that dark.
Just like you did with your watercolor.
Same like I did with a watercolor. Now I don't want to go all the way over to the edge there, so I'm just going to soften it.
Yeah.
Like that. So, this is a very pretty picture, I think. And of course, this is my favorite time of year.
Yeah, I know.
The fall. I love it.
I would too if it would turn warm again.
Oh, I don't even mind. I think it's because I like to paint. I love the reason to be indoors, if you like, and paint and do all those kind of wonderful things.
Good for you.
So I do that.
But you're a snowbird. You go away for 6 weeks.
Well, 6 months actually. No, 6 weeks. 6 weeks. You're right. Yeah. Okay. Now see this bottom edge here.
Yes.
What I'm going to do is take the little bit of local color here, a tiny bit of that, and then I'm going to go just below it, and just charge that edge. Right. See how those trees are coming.
All right.
I love doing this. This is so much fun.
Very good, very
nice,
good.
Yes. I'm going to do the same thing over here, but it won't be the same size, Ivan.
No, you don't want...
No, can't do the same size, otherwise it looks like ears. I don't want it to look like ears, Ivan.
While you're getting ready to do that, I got to tell you about... Then when we go upstairs in the museum, and I get to Mom and Dad's room, I say, remember I didn't do well in school? They say, yes. This is the last part in their room. I said, but guess what? I came first in the class in grade 6. Here's my report card. And I haul it out and I show them. I have my grades. My mother saved all that stuff. I said, look at this. A's in art. Then there's a 52, a 41, a 45. But I came first in the class. Well, I say that first. I came first in the class. Here's the good news. In grade 6, I came first in the class. And then I showed them the marks. I said, how'd you come first in your class with those marks? Oh, I said, it's easy. I was the only one in grade 6.
Did you chase the rest of them away, Ivan? Why were you the only one?
It was a one-room school.
One person school or
one? Oh, I had all our attention then. No, we had grade primary to 9. One teacher, 18 to 24 students.
I was in that kind of school years ago.
But
in Ontario.
Yeah. That was in Glenmargaret, right beside the United Church. Where the church hall is now, that was our playground area.
Ah.
Anyway, if they would have let me do art, I would have excelled.
Well, I don't know about you, but...
They didn't let me do that.
Did I tell you the story that happened to me when I lived in Ohio then?
Don't you go too big, you'll have ears.
You have to watch. It's just, I don't want ears. I went to a Catholic school because it was close.
Yeah.
And I could draw, of course, as a little kid. I mean, I was brought up with it, really. And I did this. I used to love Spanish galleons.
Yeah?
Yeah, I used to draw them all the time. I love these sails, you know.
I love
So boats. I was in grade 3 when I came from England.
Wow.
And so I went and did this Spanish galleon. And the teacher didn't believe I did it. And she said so in front of the class. She said, you didn't do that. She said, somebody else did it. Because that's good, but it was good, right? I mean, I was an artist, for heaven's sakes, even then. And she didn't believe me. Well, I went through the floor. First of all, I had this English accent, and I was living in the United States, so that didn't help. Oh. Notice I don't have it anymore.
I know. I never would have guessed
No,
it.
you never would have guessed
Some people never lose it.
No, some people don't. But I was young there. I was only 8 or 9 when I came.
Oh, I like the fingernail thing.
Yeah, all right. So that's coming along, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I think we're just going to do a few little...
So did you ever straighten her out?
Oh, I'd like to... really. No, but those are not the kind of things you say to your kids. I mean, they just didn't know.
I know.
In those days, they didn't know. Okay, what I'm going to do is I just want a little bit of dark in here. It's not much dark. I wanted to soften it, but I'm going to just put a few little grasses, which I'm just putting here. I'm pointing in.
Those are the saplings, are they?
These are just, little grassy things. Maybe some grassy things.
I thought there were birch saplings.
Did you?
Well, this right color.
I know. I'm so enjoying this, Ivan.
Well, that's the idea.
It is, isn't it? But you see how these edges are working?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm breaking those shapes up a little bit. I'm just going to put a little bit more stuff down here.
You're nearly done.
Yeah, we really are. But you're a good artist. And you love it.
Yeah.
You're like me. I love it. I love the... You know, yesterday when I went down to Peggy's Cove, I thought, oh my gosh, imagine being here. Okay, I'm going to just do a little bit more here and then we're going to call it quits.
You know what you did? You slipped that paper down on me.
Uh-oh.
Slide her up. There you go.
Sorry.
It's okay. You didn't do much down there.
Oh, no.
I got to keep my eye on you.
Yes, you do. I am so sorry.
That's all right. You didn't do anything critical down there.
All
So.
right. A little bit of...
Yeah, I agree. There's a vacant spot there.
There's a little vacant spot here, so I'm just going to put a little bit more suggestion.
Yeah, there too. That was bugging me. I didn't want to tell you
Oh,
that.
You know what happened? That is a blossom. And they have this as well.
Yeah.
But with acrylics, you can fix
Yes.
anything.
Yeah. Cover it up.
Yeah, you can't. It really, now, you see this?
Yeah.
It's thicker.
Yeah.
You know, there's going to be a few little leaves that are going to fall down. I was very tempted to put some red in here, but, you know, I just wanted to, it wouldn't have been called the Golden Walk anymore.
Yes.
It would have been called the Golden Red Walk. So I'm really liking that. And I think over here we're just going to do a little bit of, I like a little yes to something. I like that.
Yes.
So I'm going to have something over here
Yeah.
agrees with it.
As long as it's not the same size.
No, so that's right. So these can be here. This little bushy stuff. Oh, I'm hoping people really like this one because I'm so enjoying doing it.
Did you ever water down oils?
I
Or
have.
reduce
Yeah,
oils?
I have actually worked with oil and water.
Yeah.
And that's a very interesting method.
Are you talking water-based oils?
No, I'm talking about how to work because there's a resist,
Yes.
and it's really fun to maneuver those. I did a workshop once where I had all these kind of different gimmicky things, which I'll show folks. And I got to that one, and that was the end of it. They were totally lost in the fun that they were having with that thing.
Did you ever use India ink with
Yeah.
watercolor?
Yep.
That does marvelous stuff
Oh
for
yeah,
rocks.
I do. Yeah, pen and ink.
Yeah.
This group.
Well, I'm curious to know why you didn't straighten that teacher out. I can't
I was
believe
in
you let
grade
that go.
3, dear.
I don't care.
She was a big nun, and she was much bigger than me.
I don't care.
I know.
I would have had your mother come
Should have
in.
cleaned her clock.
Yeah. That's a new one.
Have you never heard that one before?
Oh, yeah, but a long time ago.
All right, what do you think?
That's it.
All right, dear. Now, I think that's it. I don't think there's anything more I want to do to that.
Yeah, I think you should. I think right there that you should make those branches go past that other birch.
Here?
Right there.
Here? Oh, here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you should have a couple leaves going
All
up
right,
there.
dear. You're right. That's right.
That's-
You're quite right. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Good thing I don't have a big ego.
That's better.
Oh, there you are.
It was,
Yeah, that was. It was kind of haunting, wasn't it?
yes, it was that.
Yeah. There's a little bit of green in there.
So what are you doing with all these paintings? You must have a ton. Do you sell them all?
I do sell a lot of them.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to buy these online, they're very inexpensive. I mean, it really are, because I do so many, right?
Yeah,
No, they're usually under $100.
yeah. And they say you only spend a half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
They say you only spend a half an hour at it. That's $200 an hour.
Well, look what lawyers get.
I know.
Do you think art is any less than lawyering? No way. And it took me 50 years to learn
That's
how to
right.
do this.
That's right.
Oops, I don't like that one.
Why don't you?
I don't like that one. Anyway, what do you think?
That's it.
Would you like me to put a mat on that so you can see what it's going to look like?
Well,
does it
we can
matter?
do that after.
Okay, we can do that after. Anyway, folks, there it is.
Don't forget. Sign.
Oh my, yes.
You're getting-
Signing it.
Is it
Also,
dry enough?
I hope so. Yeah. And I'd like you
Alright.
to subscribe. And it doesn't cost anything to subscribe.
No. We're getting more visitors and subscribers.
Okay, I'd like to. Never mind this visiting stuff, guys. Subscribe. I mean,
Okay,
really.
and share.
And the other thing is, by subscribing, you can talk to me. I mean, you can,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
you can communicate with me, which I'd like you to do.
Okay,
You know, so please subscribe.
all right.
I'm feeling lonely without you. Blessings, everyone. Have a
All
good
right.
day.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.